Hey, how's it going? You guys ended up out in the woods. Hope you got your buck. I did not. Tommy did bring home a deer, so he's got some venison in the freezer. I know Greg Williams had his first deer camp this year, so hopefully that went good for you, Greg. It's always a good time, even if you don't kill something. But at any rate, sorry it took me a little while to get up a video and do the front page, but I'm back into civilization now, so here we go. Pretty important stuff coming up in terms of who's going to be in the playoffs and who's not. First off, the trade deadline is November 21st, so if you guys want to make any trades, you got to have them completed by the 21st, or there are no more trades heading into the playoffs. Then we got to look at the standings. Basically, you've got John Crosby at 7-3, and 3 teams at 6-4. Me, Brent Simons, and Tommy. So 6-4 teams are in pretty good shape. It looks like if you assume they each get at least 1 win, you know you're going to need 7 wins to get in the playoffs. And most likely it's going to take 8. You would guess at least one of those teams is going to get 8 wins. John Crosby will get at least a win. So I'm saying if you got 7 wins only, you're going to need a lot of help in terms of tiebreakers and points for. If you got 8 wins, I think there's probably a pretty good chance you're into the playoffs. So if you look at the bottom of the bracket, you've got Matt Broymeyer out there. Matt, I think you're pretty much relegated to spoiler at this point at 3-7. Even if you win out, we've only got 3 games left. You're going to end up at 6-7. So you're going to end up in the toilet bowl bracket most likely, but you can help affect who's going to be in the playoffs. So the 4 and 6 teams, you know, you're going to have to pretty much win out to get to those 7 wins. The one with the clearest opportunity to get in if you do win out with 7 wins is probably the Aryan Nation because of the tiebreakers. Greg beat me in the first matchup, and he plays Tom next week. So he gets the tiebreaker, and that's who decides. If you have the same record, it goes to the tiebreaker, or it goes to your head-to-head matchup. So Greg would have the tiebreaker or the head-to-head matchup over me, and depending on what happens this week, I could even that up, and it would go to points 4. But Greg probably has the best chance. JD, Detroit Bullets, does have the tiebreaker over me and Tommy at this point. So we'll have to see. So both of those guys have a shot at 4 and 6. The most likely teams, Scott Mayo and Brian Moore, both at 5 and 5. This is getting a little complex, but they're not looking very good in terms of the tiebreaker. I have the head-to-head matchup over Scott Mayo. I have it over Brian, and I have it over Tom. So 2 6-4 teams, I've got the tiebreaker in that one. Tom also has a win over Mayo, and right now the win over Brian, but they meet in week 13, so that could have playoff implications. So right now, it's looking like John's obviously in good shape. I didn't really do the tiebreaker stuff on you, Brent. If I remember correctly, I got you in the first one, but I can't recall. So going to need at least 7, maybe 8. So if you're 4 and 16, you better start winning. And if you're 5 and 5, you're going to have to get at least a couple to even have a chance. So good luck. I guess that's about all I'm going to say in this matchup thing. So have a good Thanksgiving. Next week, I get to go to the Lions game. That should be interesting to see how they can do against Houston. So have fun eating some turkey, watching that. I'll probably do another recap after this weekend. So we'll get another video up next for Thanksgiving. So talk to you soon, guys.